What if I told you there's a set of habits that could transform your productivity, deepen your relationships, and completely shift the way you see your life? Not some clickbait life hack or quick fix, but a time-tested framework used by millions, from CEOs to students to everyday people looking to level up. Today, we're breaking down one of the most powerful personal development books of all time, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Now, I know what you're thinking, another self-help book? But trust me, Covey's work isn't about motivation fluff. It's about timeless principles that change how you think, not just what you do. And by the end of this video, I guarantee you'll walk away with a new lens on how to live more intentionally and effectively. So hey, if you're someone who's serious about growth, go ahead and hit that like button, maybe even subscribe if you're into big ideas that make life better. Now, let's dive into these 7 life-changing habits.
Covey starts the book with a bold statement. Real change doesn't begin on the outside. It starts from within. That's why the first 3 habits are about mastering yourself. He calls this the private victory. Habit 1. Be proactive. Let's kick things off with Habit 1. Be proactive. Now, being proactive doesn't just mean taking initiative. It's much deeper than that. It means realizing that you are in control. Your decisions, not your conditions, determine your direction. Covey explains that between stimulus and response, there's a space, and in that space is your power to choose. That means no more blaming your boss, your past, your partner, or even the weather. Proactive people live by responsibility. Reactive people, they point fingers. And here's a powerful concept he introduces, the circle of influence. Imagine 2 circles. One holds everything you care about, your health, your job, world events. That's your circle of concern. But inside that is a smaller circle, your circle of influence. These are the things you can actually do something about. Effective people focus their energy here on what they can control, their habits, their mindset, their effort. And the more you focus here, the more your influence grows. So the question is, are you spending your energy on what you can control or wasting it on things you can't? Habit 2, begin with the end in mind. Imagine going on a trip with no destination. Sounds chaotic, right? That's how most people live. Habit 2 is about defining your personal mission, deciding who you want to be, not just what you want to do. Covey challenges us to imagine our own funeral. It's uncomfortable, yes, but incredibly clarifying. What do you hope people will say about you, about your character, your impact, your values? From that reflection, you create what Covey calls a personal mission statement. It's like a constitution for your life, a written guide that helps you make decisions aligned with who you truly want to be. Personal mission statement guides your decisions and reminds you what matters most. When you know your destination, your daily actions have meaning. This habit is your invitation to pause and ask, what really matters to me? Who do I want to be? What legacy do I want to leave behind? When you begin with the end in mind, you stop chasing other people's definitions of success, and you start living on purpose. Habit 3, put first things first. Okay, now that you know where you're going, how do you manage your time to get there? Habit 3 is all about prioritization, doing what's important, not just what's urgent. Covey explains that not all tasks are created equal and should be categorized based on 2 simple dimensions, urgency and importance. Covey introduces a powerful tool called the Time Management Matrix, which breaks down all tasks into 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is where most of us spend a lot of time, urgent and important tasks. These are the crises, deadlines, emergencies. Things like a last-minute client call, a health scare, or a project that's due tomorrow. They demand your attention right now, and yes, they matter. But if you're always living in this quadrant, you're constantly firefighting. You're surviving, not thriving. Then there's quadrant 2, and this is where the magic happens. These are the important, but not urgent things. Planning your week, building meaningful relationships, exercising, reading, reflecting. They don't shout for your attention, but they're the things that make the biggest difference in your life long term. Highly effective people spend most of their time here. They create time for it because they know this is where real growth happens. Quadrant 3 is tricky. These are tasks that feel urgent but actually aren't important. Think of a phone call that interrupts your deep work, or a meeting that didn't need to happen. They're someone else's priorities, not yours. The more time you spend here, the more drained and scattered you'll feel. And finally, we've got Quadrant 4, where procrastination lives. These are the not urgent, not important tasks. Mindlessly scrolling social media, watching TV for hours, clicking through YouTube videos with no real purpose. It's the I deserve a break zone that turns into hours of wasted time if you're not careful. Real life tip. Next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, am I reacting to urgent stuff, or am I working on things that move me closer to my long-term goals? Mastering these first 3 habits, being proactive, beginning with the end in mind, and putting first things first, that's how you win the private battle. But effectiveness isn't just about you. It's also about how you connect with others.
Now that you've built a strong foundation by mastering yourself, it's time to shift the focus outward. Because here's the truth, no matter how disciplined or goal-driven you are, real success in life is deeply connected to how well you work with other people. Habits 4 through 6 are all about winning in relationships, building trust, fostering collaboration, and creating synergy. Covey calls this the public victory. So let's dive into how truly effective people connect and succeed together. Habit 4. Think win-win. In most situations, we're trained to think in terms of winners and losers. But Habit 4 challenges that. It's about creating outcomes where everyone benefits. Win-win isn't about being nice. It's about being courageous and considerate. Think about a tough negotiation. A win-lose mindset says, I need to come out on top. A lose-win mindset says, I'll just give in to keep the peace. But a win-win thinker, they find the solution where both parties walk away feeling valued. And here's the key. Win-win starts with an abundance mindset. There's not just one pie with limited slices. Covey teaches us that life isn't a zero-sum game. There's enough success, love, opportunity, and recognition to go around. So whether you're resolving conflict, making a deal, or leading a team, ask yourself, how do we both win here? Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This might be the most powerful relationship habit of all, listening with empathy. Most people listen to reply. Covey challenges us to listen to understand. This habit is about putting aside your agenda long enough to truly see things from the other person's perspective. Not just nodding or waiting for your turn to speak, but being present, asking clarifying questions, and listening for feelings, not just facts. Because here's the truth, once someone feels heard, they're far more open to hearing you. Empathy builds trust, and trust is the foundation of all effective communication. Next time someone vents to you, resist the urge to give advice or fix things right away. Just listen. Reflect. Make them feel seen. Then speak your truth. It's a small shift, but it changes everything. This might be my favorite habit. Why? Because it's rare. Most people don't listen to understand, they listen to reply. Covey says real communication starts with empathy. You have to truly understand where the other person is coming from before expecting them to hear you. Example, next time someone vents to you, don't jump in with advice. Just listen. Reflect back what they're saying. Make them feel heard. That alone can transform your relationships. Habit 6. Synergize. Okay, now this is where the magic happens. Synergy means that 1 plus 1 equals 3. Synergy means the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. When people bring their unique strengths and perspectives to the table and respect each other's differences, they create outcomes that neither could achieve alone. But here's the catch. Synergy only happens when there's trust and openness. If people feel judged, unheard, or undervalued, they retreat. But when they feel safe and supported, they innovate, they take risks, they build together. Covey emphasizes that differences shouldn't divide us, they should inspire us. Because it's in our diversity of thought, background, and experience that truly great ideas are born. So whether you're in a relationship, a team, or a community, don't just aim for compromise. Aim for creative cooperation. That's synergy. So, we've covered how to master yourself and how to build strong relationships. But there's one final habit, and it's the one that keeps all the others alive.
Last but not least, we come to the habit that makes all the others possible. Habit 7 is about renewal. Covey calls it sharpening the saw. And the metaphor is simple. If you had to chop down a forest, would you rather hack away with a dull blade or take time to sharpen it first? Too many of us keep pushing through life with a dull blade, running on fumes, burned out, always hustling, but never truly progressing. This habit is about taking care of you, your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Because when you're well-rested, mentally sharp, emotionally grounded, and spiritually centered, you show up better in every area of your life. Here's how Covey breaks it down. Physically, are you eating well, moving your body, getting enough sleep? Mentally, are you feeding your mind with good books, new ideas, creative thinking? Emotionally, socially, are you nurturing relationships and practicing empathy? Spiritually, are you connecting to your values, reflecting, praying, meditating, or spending time in nature? Sharpening the saw isn't selfish, it's necessary. Because when you're strong on the inside, you can serve, lead, and grow on the outside. So take time to recharge. Build it into your routine. That's how you sustain momentum for the long game.
So, there you have it. The 7 habits of highly effective people. Let's recap real quick. Be proactive. Take responsibility for your life. Begin with the end in mind. Know your purpose. Put first things first. Prioritize what matters. Think win-win. Aim for mutual benefit. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Lead with empathy. Synergize. Collaborate for better outcomes. Sharpen the saw. Renew yourself constantly. The beauty of Covey's framework is that it's not a one-time fix. It's a way of living, a mindset shift, a roadmap for becoming not just effective, but truly fulfilled. And now the question is, which habit do you need to work on most right now? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone and love hearing how these ideas land with you. If this breakdown helped you, hit that like button to show some love. And if you're all about leveling up in life with big ideas that actually work, go ahead and subscribe. We've got more transformative books and insights coming your way. Thanks for watching. And remember, effectiveness starts inside. See you in the next one.